Well, everybody, Happy New Year 2013. Here we go. And time for some New Year's resolutions. So let's talk about maybe some financial New Year's resolutions you might be tempted to make. It might be very tempting to be resolved that you're going to read the Wall Street Journal every day and keep up with those blogs on the financial news and really kind of pay attention to world events and with the hope that that's going to help you make better financial decisions in your life, make smart decisions about your money. Unfortunately, it's getting more and more difficult to do. There's just a preponderance of information out there, and a lot of times what you'll see, I'm sure I've seen this, so you've seen it as well, you'll read one recommendation that totally contradicts another recommendation on the exact same topic, pretty much on the exact same day, even from the exact same company. And you might wonder, the natural conclusion is that one of those must be right and one of them must be wrong, but they can actually both be true at the same time. And you say, how can that be? Well, let me try to explain. Let's take the hot topic of whether you should buy stocks. Have any money in the stock market at all? One recommendation would be buy stocks. They provide a great performance. The other recommendation might be don't buy stocks. They lose money. And the fact of the matter is both of those statements are true. How can they be true? Well, the elastic, or the thing that connects both of those to be true, is the passage of time. It's true that over longer periods of time, the stock market has provided great returns. But it's also true that in short periods of time, investors have lost a lot of money. The history has shown that while there are some really bad 1 and 2 and 3 year periods of performance in the stock market, there are very few 5-year periods of time where the market has gone down and no 10-year periods of time that the market has gone down. So a strategy to increase your confidence about investing in the market and how to make sense of these conflicting recommendations is to only put your money in the stock market that you reasonably expect not to have to need for at least a 5-year period of time. So that kind of begs the next question, how do you decide what money you don't need for 5 years? Well, during our working years, it's actually not that difficult because most of our cash flow while we're working, except for maybe major purchases like a car or a home or something like that, are paid for out of the cash flow from our wages. But as we get close to retirement, or certainly while we're in retirement, projecting your cash flow needs becomes much more critical, and you need to be more precise about it. We need to be more precise because the future years are going to be likely quite different than the working years. And then, so understanding, what needs to be conservatively invested and what you can afford to invest for growth can be quite different and needs to be analyzed. And what we have found as wealth coaches here at FirstWave, FirstWave Financial, when we have sat down with clients, is that they are often far more aggressively invested than they need to be. What I mean by that is they own more stocks than they absolutely have to, either considering the return that's necessary for them to achieve their goals and objectives and the cash flow that they need to achieve their goals. And so by connecting the dots, by having a plan that connects the dots of what your financial goals are and how much money it takes to achieve them, that's one dot, with where you are now and how much money you have, how much income you have, and how much expenses you expect to have, connecting those dots can help you create an investment plan that will have a high likelihood of helping you achieve that future within your risk tolerance. So what we would suggest is that you set as a New Year's resolution to have a more confident financial future beginning in 2013 by following these 5 simple steps. Become real clear about your tangible financial goals. Try to come up with a name for them, a time frame you'd like to have them accomplished by, and the amount of money it's going to take to get there. Number 2, benchmark where you are now, both in your assets and your liabilities and your income and expenses. Number 3 is to identify what risks might be in the way and that need to be managed or eliminated, and what strategies are necessary to be implemented to cause where you are now with your revenue and expenses and investment returns to achieve your goals and objectives. Number 4 is to monitor your progress along the way. And number 5 is to update your plan based on your assets and the results and the changing goals that you're going to have in the future. So having increased confidence about your financial future is definitely achievable, and we look forward to helping you do that at some time in the future if we can.